There is a lone bat. This one's a small one. It's only the size of a school bus. And that's kind of
only. Wait, are we talking like wingspan is the length of the bus, or like the body is the bus?
No, the wingspan is the length of the bus.
Okay. So that is small for those.
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Still big.
Mm-hmm. So you see Roscoe standing over this kind of this bat, and it looks like it was put together from 4 or 5 humanoid corpses sewn together with a muscle.
And they made it school bus size?
Yeah.
Well, the bodies,
because the entrails have been pulled out, and they've got effectively different crystals kind of forced into it.
Gross.
There was basically a worldling writer, and on inspection of this thing, it definitely looks like it was a Vulgate construct put together in a very similar way as the bat itself was. You can see like a large rabbit skull, and the spine is kind of fused at the back, and it looks like it's got part of somebody else's torso and rib cage kind of sewn together. But I need you both to make an investigative roll on this one.
Why do the Vulgate have to be so gross?
You work with what you got.
Damn it. I went to sleep. Wakey.
2.
No, wait. Sorry. I spent 4 minutes. I spent 8.4.
4. Okay.
5.
5. Okay. What really strikes you as being odd is it's not a well rider to keep the thing in check. Mm-hmm. It actually seems to be not so much rider at all, but actually part of the bat. And also, the thing is damn small, so they're making smaller scouting things that are able to travel further, but just don't look like they're really geared for combat. They're effectively creating what your brain says. They're creating spies. Remember in Return of the Empire Strikes Back? They're in Hoth. You got the probe droid.
Yeah.
That's effectively what these things are. What concerns you is that you see him prodding and poking around. You take a closer look, and you see at the base of the bat skull is this metal spike. It's like a railroad spike with these spinning gears on the inside, and there's a crystal shard about yay big embedded into it. It's just like the mind control crystals that you guys encountered, except this thing is crude. So you're able to figure out that this thing is not a sentient rider and mount like everything else you've created. It is one single abomination that is being puppet controlled, mind controlled from afar. So they're trying to expand their designs.
Why would they puppeteer one of their own creatures? I mean, we know they can get images via the crystal, so why are they doing it this way?
Smaller rider, smaller bat, further flight distance, but lower endurance. Son of a bitch, they're not expecting it to come back.
No, they're not. But why puppet it? Why not just send it out like a shitty version of, well, the Rooks?
Well, because if you puppet it, you can send them in specific directions.
Maybe.
You also notice that it's got 6 harpoons sticking out of it, Curse Jasper.
Is it bothering you that they can't seem to see us?
What do you mean they can't seem to see us?
The acolyte guy, the guy that's clearly making all of the gear work crap for the prince. He had no idea we were there. The prince has known where we were at all times, damn near all the time. And yet, one of his second in commands?
Yeah, wouldn't that mean that we basically, for a while there, lost them? I mean, for a long time they knew exactly where we were because they had cameras in. They had a camera in Sapphire, and then they had a camera in the Guard, and
What if we're being shielded? Because it didn't happen until I got this thing, and until you started coming into your half god thing.
Oh, don't you start with that.
And that's when you hear Roscoe's voice and like a gentle bare arm on your shoulder. He's like, I apologize to interrupt, Brooke, but if you aren't going to help us shoot them down, could you just move over to the side a little?
Oh God, there's more?
Wait, what?
You guys have been talking, and there's actually a flock of them. There's actually about 2 squads of 6 each, slowly approaching.
Just, Roscoe, when we come up on deck, just lead with that, and then we'll do the talking part.
I did not want to be rude. You are newly ascended, and everybody is...
You know what?
To the levels of herohood, as it says so here in what will be my next new book, The Heroes of Herohood.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
That's when you hear...
Let's shoot down the things. Oh, my life.
I gave Lady Thorne an advance copy.
I bet she was that might explain why she was so put off.
I'm now nervous to know what's in. Why am I talking like
Are you mocking me? He doesn't actually say that, but I couldn't resist. Anyway, squadrons of bats attack. There are 2 squads of bats, exact same kind of the worldling monstrous hybrid. I won't go into detail, we just did it. You've got, first squad is kind of circling above, trying to figure out where to come at. Second squad is coming up by the rear. You have Roscoe and Jasper working defenses with the 2 of you right now. Bowie can't do too much. He's got the captain's wheel and is trying to keep everything on par.
I'm actually going to go to Bowie and tell him to change our trajectory slightly.
Okay. I'm going to let you have this as a free action, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to direct him away from where we need to go, because we do not want to lead these things there. So I want to veer off of where we're actually going, make it look like it's just a course adjustment. So not too much, unfortunately, but
so I'm going to allow you to do this before combat starts. I'll let you roll deception to set up an aspect. Which is basically throw everyone off course.
Whilst I am going to use my gearwork arm to grab one of the harpoons that is currently in said bat and free it, so I have something to throw.
Okay.
Well, that was neutral.
Okay, so that's a tie.
Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out if I can tap anything. My reputation precedes me because we're going forward. I'm really stretching, I know.
Yeah, that's a
lot of stretch.
You're like a bat wing at that point. You were very stretched out.
I will allow you to say magic under fire by the most flexible graciousness of the GM's capabilities. Don't ever come here again. You may have your drink, enjoy it, but when you leave, don't come back. And that is the only time I will be that flexible.
We are in combat under fire. It works.
And get out. Okay, so
I'm adding a +2, so it comes out to a 4.
Okay. So you've just made it much harder for the Vulgate to track you, including the bats. Okay, so you pull out the harpoon. It is a double-bladed harpoon designed for spearing larger things.
Fantastic.
It probably weighs about 75 pounds.
Don't really care what this on.
No, I know you don't, but I'm describing it for our viewers.
Okay.
The bronze, copper, gearwork winch system in the back, but there's no chains attached. All right. Now, you've got 6 in these squads, so how are you going to do this? Are you going to try and aim for one specifically? Are you going to try and hit two? Are you going to use it as a melee weapon? What's the strategy?
Look at Roscoe. Do you have any grenades?
We have no grenades.
Any explosives?
We do not have any explosives with the exception of the green Pren bottles that Snow made. I think he called them Pren cocktails.
Could I have one with some adhesive? With some adhesive wrap?
He kind of looks around and he's looking. And he's like, okay, he's gonna have to make a craft roll. Are you gonna craft this?
I can actually help if you deal with the craft roll because I'm going to.
Do you have craft?
I do.
Then you make the craft roll.
All right then.
You do not want the 500-pound grizzly bear with a mechanical arm doing finesse work with explosives.
Then what I will do is, you said there was like 5 or 6 harpoons in there. I will.
Okay.
I have rolled a neutral, so 2 for my craft. So effectively, I'm taking the Molotov cocktail and I'm taping it to the end. So when
you're here,
light it.
So you're doing that. I'm going to say that's your part. Who are you handing it off to? The Bat Squads or to Prem? Prem. Okay, you're up. What you doing?
I am going to...
You got Circling Bat Squad and another one at the other end of the ship.
Okay, so they've got gems gemmed in them, but I'm basically going to reach out and see if I can sense the crystals in the... Actually, yeah, I'm going to reach out and see if I can sense the crystals in the control mechanism.
I'm just going to hand wave that and say that you can automatically sense them, but it's like picking out 5 or 6 different voices in an opera. They're all singing at the same time, and they're all very distinct and different, but sometimes they're kind of blending into each other, so it's kind of hard to isolate them per se.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pick the one furthest from the ship that I can still see.
Okay.
And I am going to see if I can get the crystal to shatter.
Okay. So you are definitely going to do that. Now, here's the thing. It is going to try and resist you on this.
Of course.
Okay.
So basically, I'm trying to shatter the crystal because I'm not wanting to directly reveal myself. If not, alright. So I got a 5 on that.
Yeah, you definitely shatter. It makes a loud popping sound. You see the flecks of red dust appear in the distance, and then it doesn't even spiral out. It just stops moving and starts to basically fall. Not even spiral, but fall.
Yeah, look, what'd you do?
Broke a crystal. Oh, that feels awful.
I need you to make a quick will roll.
I had rolled a will. I got... Oh, right, because that was for the backlash, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
7.
You're fine.
Would it be easier on you if you needed if you had a focus? Like something that had the same resonance? Like the spike that's currently in the corpse that's on the deck?
I mean, maybe I could...
Okay, so Bat Squad 1 is swooping in to attack Pren. But you did effectively reduce their number. Okay.
Swooping into me,
Now, how are you going to do this? They are actually descending.
I am running the fuck away.
Okay, roll for it.
Oh, I like that roll. So that's a +4 on the roll, and my athletics 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Couldn't get that up.
They effectively descend on. You got 7?
7.
They descend on you, and it's not that you're able to run from them, but it's not like they're chasing you. You're surrounded by a swarm, but you're able to duck and weave and force your way out. They're kind of getting in each other's way, but you're able to push yourself out and kind of slide underneath the mast, just as a couple claws descend where you would be. Second squadron coming after you.
Okay.
They see you doing stuff. They are not too happy about it. They're like, oh god, the green one moves too fast. How about the humans? They're usually soft and slow, made out of meat. Okay.
Got a 3 for athletics.
Okay. Give me a split second here. They also got a 3 for athletics. Not for athletics, for fight. So that is.
It's a tie, which
So
means
they
that they
succeed,
tag, but they don't actually. Or there we go.
Effectively, what happens is that they learn from the bats dealing with Friend's character that flapping around and trying to chase is not a great idea. So they effectively all landed on the bridge, so they've got you surrounded right now. So that's kind of the thing that they've done. But effectively, what you've done is you've taken them out of the air.
Okay.
You've removed that
So
advantage from them.
it's a little easier for me to smite them.
So does that sound fair? You take a point of damage, but they're attacking you land-based instead of trying to fly around.
That's cool.
No, there's an official ruling on this in attacks.
Okay, let's see it.
If you tie, maybe you barely connect, maybe you cause the defender to flinch. Either way, you get a boost.
I get a boost.
You get a boost.
Okay. So, back on that. I get a boost. So
all that is exactly the same, except instead of 1 point of damage, it's a boost.
Okay. Nope, that's perfect. So, undo your damage, sir. They're still on the ground. They still don't like you. You still have no friends. Too harsh.
I guess I'll just have to stab them then.
Okay, so top of the round.
Alright, so Gunblade comes out and I attack with him.
Alright.
1, 2, so 5. It sounded like
Now, are you specifically shifting your attacks on these guys, or?
No, I'll be just going one at a time. Like I'll choose one and attack it.
Okay.
So I rolled 5 for the attack roll. It's weapon 2.
Yeah, he's super butt dead.
It's a slash stab. Pull the trigger.
I'm just for the sake of color. You do it anime style, where the blur lines are in the background. It zooms in on the gunblade. You've got the lines where it's thin, and then all of a sudden all the parts start sliding and the blood starts gushing.
Okay, so we're down to 4 of these guys?
In each squad.
Oh, in each squad.
Yeah.
So we're down to 5?
You've got
5 in each squad then? Because we took 1 out of each squad?
You got 2 squads of 6, so you're down to 2 squads of 5.
Alright.
You can try and shift the damage between them if you want.
I know, I'm just trying to think. How much do I want to do?
And GM, just to clarify it, when you break these crystals, you have to make a will roll to protect from the psychic backlash. I know you know it, but I'm just reiterating that.
No, and it makes total sense. Heck, I mean, that could be a thing on breaking any of them. It's not exactly... So I'm going to do what Rook suggested and grab the spike out of the one that's on the ground and squishy.
Okay.
And I'm going to see if having it there helps me focus. But they're also closer now, so I'm expecting it to be easier. Are of the squad that attacked me, are they all still in the air?
Yeah.
Are they on top of, are they above the ship, or are they above dead air?
They're dead air. They're kind of fluttering around the ship.
But they're not, if I drop one, is it going to hit the ship?
Oh, yeah. But it's not going to impact it,
It's going to hit the ship, but it's not going to hit the ship?
No, it's not going to, impact it in such a way like a cannonball going off or anything like that. Basically, they're hovering 10 to 20 feet above the ship where you are, and they're kind of coming down and fluttering around you.
So it will hit the ship?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay, so if they do fall onto the ship, will there be any damage, or will we just have to dodge?
You'll just have to dodge.
Okay.
And possibly clean up the mess afterwards. I'll listen to Bo's bitching about it.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later.
Sure, it's worse than the disease.
Do I have to declare how many shifts?
Yes, you do.
Okay, fuck. Okay. I got it, but I didn't get it with style, which means that it was defend. I'm gonna attack 3 of them at once.
Sound effects, they're hissing at you. Claws, teeth, undead mucous membranes.
I'm gonna attack 3 of the ones going after me.
Alright.
I got a 6. This is totally magic, so like most of my aspects work on this, so I'm going to spend a fate point and bump that up to an 8.
Yeah, okay. So first one comes at you, you kind of focus in and you can hear the voice very clear. You're holding on the spike and you just command the force to go through you and it just shatters like a wine glass in front of a fat woman at the opera. The one circles around, kind of tries to do a sneak attack from behind. You just know it's there. You just extend your hand. Same thing. It lunges at you and it shatters in half, and the body just slumps and rolls across the deck, splaying the organs. Third one just dive bombs at you, and as it does, you just look up, and it just the crystal doesn't just shatter; it fragments and tears through the bat. And just that kind of viscerous spiral, and it does a dead, wet thump against it. Snow is on the deck. He's been sprayed with blood, and he's just in his glorious. I'm so glad.
I heard something seriously wrong with Snow.
Do you think? You come to this conclusion now?
No, but I feel like I need to point it out.
You need to make a will roll. Hang on, and be... Okay, go for it.
7.
You are okay. From all three. You feel that like concussive psychic blast.
Did it feel like holding the gem helped me at all?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so
It felt good. It felt really good. It felt like being a little bit more, powerful, stronger.
I meant, did it help with the psychic backlash?
Yeah, it did.
Or the attack? Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it did. It did.
Okay.
So you are down to 2. No, 1 in that squad. No, hang on, 5. That was 3 you killed?
There's 2.
There's 2 in that squad. All right. So it's the squad's turn.
Did you get to go this round?
Yeah, I went first.
Yeah, he went first.
Oh, you went
he
first,
handed
okay.
off to you. Bat squad with the 2 remaining ones are going to attack you.
Okay.
They are coming at you. Actually, they're going to do a team attack against you.
Okay. I am running away again.
All right. What's your running?
My running is spending a fate point.
Okay.
That is better. Not great, but better. I think it's
Couldn't share the numbers with the
3,
GM?
I think. Give me 1 second. Because this thing does eventually go to sleep. I need to figure out how to turn that off. It is a 3.
It is a 3. You're taking 2 points of damage, but you've got armor 2 because you are a well.
And I bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're fine. They scratch through your clothes. They try to take a bite out of you. And had you been made out of meat and bone and flesh, it would have hurt a lot. Probably would have hit something vital like an artery or a jugular. Take your pick. That's all the same.
Not for 2 points of damage, but I mean, it's not like I'd know anyways.
The other squad's coming after you. They're making a team attack against you.
I rolled a 3 again.
You rolled a 3 again. So you are 1, 2, 3. You are taking 3 points of physical.
Ooh.
So here's something you just learned about the crystals. They're not just... These guys seem to be team learning. They're adapting their tactics to you individually. And you just pick that up. So they're snaking around the ground, they're staying out of the air. 2 of them kind of lunge at you, and one of them gets to drop on you from behind and grabs you by the calf with its teeth and just digs in.
Okay.
Your turn.
Just as a heads up, because you ended that round, you don't have to. You can hand off to yourself. So if you wanted to, you could end this round and start.
I understand, but for the sake, we've been doing it this way.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying it's an option. I want to make sure you
I
know.
appreciate that. It's nice when my players help the GM. Instead of the other kind, you know who you are. You do, and I know who you are too.
No, that might be debatable.
That's your...
That's better. 3 for fight.
3 for fight. Okay, and weapon two.
Just one.
Were you shifting just one? You cleave the bastard right. The one who bit you, you just turn around and just slink right through the head and the torso.
Kind of look around
And
and
the
there
ground.
and Rosh go, any time, bear!
He's like, you were doing so well.
Oh, that's Arterial spray.
he's like,
Yeah, the rest of the crew really isn't doing much, are they?
no. He's like, but Rook, these are concussive shells. If I shoot at them, I could hurt you.
Change the ammo!
As you wish. And he's like, and he runs to the little staircase in the door that lets people on, and goes down below deck to change the ammo. It was down here last time. Why does Jasper always move things? I don't always move things! You always move things. This is why you're a fiberizer.
Can I just send a mental, could you help him?
Oh, it's funny, you used the word could and it's Jasper. Jasper goes off to help him.
I am phrasing these as questions on purpose.
He doesn't have a choice. Actually, he would.
That was not a command.
In that, yeah.
And yeah,
that's
and
not
in
a
the end,
command, so-
you're right. You're sorry. I was not. And yes, he can't help him, so he goes to help him. And you hear them squabbling. It's right here. It's right here. Labeled Roscoe's ammo. It should be on the second shelf. This is the second shelf. From the top. That makes it the fourth shelf. Only if it's from the bottom. That's not how math works. You were a very hurtful young man. Your mother would be ashamed.
Oh.
Roscoe!
Too soon!
Oh, that's harsh.
Meanwhile, okay, so whose turn was it after that? It's top of the round. So, Fred?
Yeah, because I cut the guy.
Yeah.
I cut the guy in half that bit my.
So there's 5 left total?
No, there's 2 left for your squad,
Oh,
and there's 4 left on his squad.
okay, so yeah, that might be a bit much to do. I'm gonna try and drop all 4 attacking
His squad.
him. Yeah.
All right.
I hope you're not. Is he under any of them?
No.
No,
No, the one that was biting my leg, I decapitated.
Yeah.
So that's...
They are surrounding him, but they're all kind of land bound.
Okay.
Go for it. Ooh.
Spending a fate point. Crystal's called to me.
Okay.
I'm making that a 7.
7. Give me a second here. 2, 4, 3. You get 3 of them.
Okay.
Just 1 explodes in front of you, 2 explode to the other side. You need to make will rolls. One roll.
6.
Cinematically, this is an amazing fight scene. Just because it's just like, get bit in the leg, hack off its head. Come on, who wants some? One of them just kind of stomps toward me, opens his mouth, screech. My mouth is open. Eyes everywhere.
All right. You got 2 remaining ones.
I've got 2 and he's got 1.
Yeah. Okay. So,
I am going to. So it's top of the round. I'm going to hand it to you, Charlie.
Rook.
No, because that's a player decision. What are you trying to do?
I'm just trying to attack him, but I'm debating on whether or not to spend. I won't spend it. So I rolled a whopping 1 in that attack roll.
Give me a 1.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
Weapon 2 if he manages to fuck that up.
He actually gets away. just near. He sees what happens to the and the head kind of arcs. The jaws hiss, and the rider kind of also tilts and like does that chop with the heels, and it kind of leaps to the far end of the ship.
Kind of look at him. Yeah, that's right. That was me. I made him explode with my brain.
Okay, so who are you handing off to?
You. It's the only choice left.
All right. So, last one is coming to a.
It's basically to join my squad.
Well, last one is going to be your squad is coming after you. You got two left.
More running and ducking.
Oh, jeez. Give me a second here. I realized something. I didn't take my fate points.
Yeah, you take one. Why don't you take one?
That was you're doing fine.
All right.
I don't like this.
Okay, go for it. What did you got?
An excuse to spend a fate point. That's what I got.
Okay.
I mean, they've got crystals in them, so crystals call to me spending a fate point and re-rolling.
All right.
Hell better.
Sweet mother of toast.
Of toast?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. I don't know if it's the calisthenics you've been doing with Chauncey or the morning jogs with Ficus around the crew or whatever, but no, it comes after you, claws snarling, it dislocates its jaw to take a bite out of the deck, and just describe how you escape with this, because you did this with style.
Woot! I get a boost. I see the one running towards joining this group, and just for cinematics' sake, we'll say that I caused it to veer into the other ones, and I actually ended up sliding directly underneath the one dragon into the porthole in the ship.
Okay. So I'm...
Not dragon. Bat.
So last one is going to try and set up an aspect. It is going to try and dive bomb into the bottles of Premfire. And ignite them.
Can we stop calling them awful?
I'm going to spend a fate point to reroll all of that.
You look confused.
Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
moment ever go.
Yeah. So Bat has got a brilliant idea. Who is ever controlling it starts circling. It sees the bottles of Premfire just like this bomb waiting to go off and immolate the front top of the deck. You see this happen. It just makes this high climb, hits this apex peak, releases this blood-curdling, high-pitched scream, and drives full. Like the velocity is just blowing your minds. It's going so quickly. Everybody reaches out to stop it, even though they're so far away. And it misses the box by 2 feet to the left and snaps its own neck. And dies, to clarify.
I mean, it kind of did need clarification.
Everybody was just at that moment where, oh. If it was an anime, you would see it land, but the box would be in front of it, so it looks like it hit. And then, then Snow kind of just moves the box, and you see kind of its jaw kind of sticking up with the tongue sticking out at the weird angle.
Hun? You keep flapping into this cat. Yeah.
Maybe it didn't want to live anymore?
I'm ending this scene. I was going to say Roscoe comes back with the right ammo and he's bickering with Jasper and they end up shooting the last one and they're like, we did a great job. We are the chaser. High fives, Jasper.